Bung bung. That. Perk up and level up with Bung Bung Coffee's delicious modern dark roast. Your favourite brewer's favourite brew. bungbungcoffee.com. We are well and truly into the Fringe season, so please go to claymcmathcomedy.com to buy your tickets to my run at the Adelaide Fringe. I am on every single night of the festival, 31 nights in total, so it's going to be a grind selling these tickets. So if you are listening right now, go to claymcmathcomedy.com and get your tickets immediately. Then after the Adelaide Fringe Festival, I have one day off and I'm heading over to Melbourne for the Melbourne International Comedy Festival. Get your tickets there. While you're on claymcmathcomedy.com, also buy some merch and share the show, do everything that you've got to do to support your boy. All right, let's start the show.
Welcome to the party. Best show on the internet. Ask anybody. You know it's easy money. Sit back, relax, get your headphones, everybody. Welcome to the party. Blackout in the booth. Every episode's a party. We go hard like Ricky Bobby. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is welcome to the party.
Welcome to the party, bung bung. It's your man Claytron, aka the Big Boss Man, aka the Clumsy Jeweler, because I'm always dropping gems, aka the Milkman, because I always deliver, aka the PhD of podcasting, the Magnum PI of podcasting, the Captain, the fucking George Carlin of podcasting, bro. I'm in my comedy shit right now, bro. We are in the whirlwind. So far, I've been, at the time of recording this, I have had 4 nights of Fringe and 2 shows a night for 3 nights and then 1 show last night. And it's been a grind, bro. It's been fun. It has been fun. It's been ups and downs, swings and roundabouts, but that's life and that's comedy. So opening night at my show, I've got a 50-seat room, had about 40 in, a lot of friends in there, so that was awesome. Just a lot of support, especially for the first night, sort of getting the show out of my body. Obviously, I did this show at the Sydney Fringe Festival, so I've got it out before, but that was in October. I've rewritten a lot, maybe September. I've rewritten a lot since then, so it felt like a new show, and getting that out with a bunch of friends there was perfect. So shout out to everybody who came through on Friday night. Then I had the other show with the boys, Jay and Justin, Jay Michael and Justin Saw, if you want to look them up on Instagram. But we sold out night 1. That was sick. Boom, sold out night 2. That was sick. So off to a good start with 2.5 straight white men. That has been banging. And my second night of my show, again, had a handful of friends come in there, but didn't sell a lot of tickets, had 15 in. And that felt a little bit quiet. I felt a little bit disheartened after that. But then you got to get it together and go to your other show. And I didn't. I didn't put the other show behind me. I went to my other show with shitty energy and had a bit of a weird set that night as well. Then the next night, so this is what, like you have these sold out shows, and then the next night I went in and I did it to 3 people. And you look at the sales report and you're like, do I cancel? I was like, okay, there's a judge going to be in there. Who knows if the show is good enough to win an award? I'd like to think so, but like, do you want a judge in there when there's no one in there really to be laughing at it? I was like, fuck it, let's do it. I did it to less in Sydney. I did it to 2 people, 2 nights in a row in Sydney. So this was 3 people. That's 150% of that. So I was like, let's go. So went and did it to 3 people, had a great time. So it's not about the number of people in there. It's about how comfortable you are on stage. If you're comfortable enough to make everyone else comfortable, it's going to be a good night. Then I had this show last night. It was a VIP event. I gave all the tickets away for free to fill the venue. To just like local influencers and media. And because it's free tickets, there's no real obligation to come. You're not losing money on it. So about half the people came. There was probably 25 in, whatever. It was fine. It was enough for a show, but also I had a videographer in there, so we had to have the lights up, which is not great for comedy, but also not great for my comedy. My comedy is pretty dark and touches on some sensitive subjects, so people, even if people think it's funny, they don't want to be seen laughing a lot of the time, like that, because they might think that they seem insensitive or whatever. So lights were bright. It was free tickets. It was a tough gig. It was a really tough gig, but we got through it. And the tough gigs, it's like, there's no, what's the saying? Sunshine wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for rain. The good gigs wouldn't be so good without the shit gigs. But also the shit gigs build you into the comedian that you got to be so you can have the good gigs. So, you still appreciate the time on stage. You battle with your timing and all of that when you're not getting that many laughs. But hey, fuck it, man. We're 4 days in to a 31-day run. I got 27 more shows of my solo, bro. 27 more hours to do, which is like unbelievable, but I want to do it. And that's why I want to do these shows to 3 people. If I'm only going to sell 3 tickets, I want to do it. I want to get better. I want to be the best comedian that I can be, and that's the only way to do it. You don't get better at comedy by going over your notes at home. Well, you do somewhat, but you get better by being on stage, being in that moment, feeling the adrenaline and the pressure and the nervousness and the tension, feeling all of that and battling through it and talking for an hour, man, with the added pressure. You're not doing a PowerPoint. You're there trying to make people laugh. So being in that moment, it's the same as like you can go out and shoot hoops all day with no pressure of having a defender on you. You got to play basketball to be good at basketball. You're not good at basketball because you can fucking shoot hoops in the backyard all day. So that's my thought process when I haven't sold many tickets and just doing it anyway. And my hope is that people in that are just like, wow, he really went up there in front of just me and my boyfriend or whatever. And like what a weird experience to be in a room, just me and Tony. And now I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to go I've got dinner with my parents on Sunday, and I'm going to be like, yo, we went to this show on Wednesday night. We were the only ones in there, and it was great. He was, he still did the whole thing just to us. He made us feel comfortable. He didn't rip us to shreds, I've heard about this one comedian, I won't name him, that he did a show in Port Augusta? Pirie, I think. In Port Pirie. And he only sold 2 tickets. Well-known guy. And he's well-known for being like a bit of a, not asshole, but like he'll roast you on stage. But he only had 2 people in there, and he was just talking shit about him, and they walked. They didn't stay for the whole show. They were like, fuck this. Didn't come here. I didn't pay money to just be berated all night. Like, and I've heard about that. So those people talked about it, So I'm hoping for the opposite effect. I'm hoping people go and talk about my show. Oh shit, there was only the 2 of us in there, but hey, it was fun, and you should go see it, because even if you're the only 2 in there, you'll have a good time. But if there's 50, it's gonna be sick. So yeah, man. If you have seen the show already, please let people know about it. Share the poster on Instagram or whatever. Just something. Just please. It's going to be a grind, man, for the next 27 nights. Trying to get this thing going, but it's exciting. It's still exciting, and the other show is really, really fun. I love performing with other people. So I've got Jay and Justin opening for my show too, just so I've got, some company. I'm with someone before the show. I'm not feeling lonely. And 2 years ago, my last solo, I did feel very lonely on stage. Backstage and before shows, I felt very isolated. and I got really depressed, and I only did the show for a week, right? So 6 nights or something, and I'm already 4 nights in, so I would have only had 2 nights left to do, right? Also, 2 years ago, it was much greener 2 years ago, but like I'm 4 nights in and I haven't felt that way yet because I'm hanging. I've got someone with me. So I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling really, really good about this festival. I'm having fun. Like I think I said last year, doing Not Safe for Netflix was my best fringe yet. And I think we're back again with my best fringe yet. We're only 4 days in, so I've got 27 days to change my mind about that. But having this second show and having to, I just said that I didn't do this before, but having to switch gears and get into this, like get my second set ready, which is completely different material from my show. Get this second set ready, hang out with the boys, have a good time. I'm loving it, man. It's just I'm so energized by this, so energized by it. So, I mean, if there's anyone out there sitting on the fence about like doing something, if it's making an independent film, or it's starting your own bakery, or whatever, man, quitting your day job to do what you want to do, man. I'm all for it. I think you have to do it. I think even if you do it and it doesn't work out, at least you fucking know, man. At least you don't turn 55 and think like, fuck, why didn't I open that bakery? It's too late now. I'm 55. I don't want to work at 4 a.m. Why didn't I open it? You got to do it, man. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm feeling really fucking good. I'm broke, but I'm feeling fucking good, man. I love this shit. I love it, man. But that's about all, man. Oh yeah, I forgot. So, if you've been in the comedy scene, you would know this. If not, you know what the Rhino Room is. You might know about the Howling Owl and the what was the space gallery space? I don't remember, but Mick, who many people know around Rhino Room, his wife Rachel passed away of breast cancer about a week and a half ago, and very just ultra sad. If you ever saw these two together, it's like this is what true love is. Like these people just they are here for each other. That's what this is like. It makes you believe in it, And unfortunately, cancer's a bitch, man. And so there was a funeral on Sunday. Rach and I went, and I've been to a lot of funerals, man. I've been to a lot of fucking funerals, as probably many of us have, especially when you get into my age. 34, you have tragedies with people when you're young. You have people who lose their parents. You got family members. It just happens. It happens consistently throughout your life. But when you start to get to this age and you think about it, it's like, fuck, I've been to a lot of funerals. And I say that to say this. I've never seen so many people at a funeral in my life. And I just when we walked in, I fucking started crying, man. Because that's a testament to the person. Well, to Rachel, is a testament to Rachel, not my Rachel, the Rachel that passed away, that she touched that many people. She was so generous and beautiful and friendly that all these people came. I'm gonna, no lie, bro, I'm going to have 40 people at my funeral. I think everyone that was at my show on Friday night, that might be it. That might be it, bro. That might be who comes. But this was just, I don't know how many people. 200? I'm not good at sort of estimating based on the space and all that, but I'd say 200 maybe. Maybe I'm overdoing it, maybe 150. But then there was if you weren't sort of invited to the funeral, there was another thing down the street at the yacht club. So there was even more people there, and it's like it's just so beautiful, and the timing of it. Although it was way too soon for somebody of her age to lose their life to cancer. It happened right before Fringe kicked off. So all these people that know and love her that don't live here anymore are here for the festival and got to be there to say goodbye and to show their love and appreciation. It was just like poetic almost. And it's just your heart goes out. Your heart goes out to the family and friends, obviously, and Rachel really helped us organise Not Safe for Netflix last year. She helped us get a spot in the Howling Hour, which was her and Mick's bar, and she was there every night while she was going through this. She was there every night working because she loved it. She loves the people. She loves the people she works with. She loves the bar. She's passionate about the idea of the bar, and she loves the locals or just the patrons in general. She just loved everyone. She trusted people. She loved life, not just living it, but all of it around her, everyone else's life. And you could feel that, and you could feel the generosity and just trying to make us comfortable in her venue. And I see Mick a lot, not a lot, but whenever I do a spot at Rhino, he's usually there. And my Rach, used to work for Mick. That was her first boss, and every time I see him. Rach doesn't come to all my gigs. She's at home with Kenny a lot of the time, most of the time, all the time. And every time Mick says, oh, how's Rach going? Well, yeah, good. How's your Rach? She's hanging in there. Always positive. Neither of them ever really, I'm not super close to them, but never complained for a minute about what was going on. Just strong, positive. Still worried about other people and what's going on with them. Just fucking, it just sucks, man. But it was as sad as it was. This was my third night of the festival, but it was a beautiful way to kick off the Fringe, I thought. Just the fact that all these people that knew her got to be here. Got to be here to say their goodbyes and be there for Mick. Be there for Mick, man. Like I can't even imagine the grieving of that. What you're going through. Which I can imagine some of the stuff. I don't want to get into the sad details of that, but it's a very sad way to start the festival, but weirdly beautiful, I think. So I just wanted to talk about that. I think just because I was about to say nothing else has really been going on, but that happened, and obviously we found out the news. I think the day that it went down. So. Rach was close to Rachel as well, and obviously Mick. So she's been having a long week of grieving, and I think it was obviously not. You don't get full closure from a funeral, but it's something. It's a way to remember somebody. I'm not going to explain to you what a funeral is. I think you guys know what a funeral is, but after a week and a half of just sort of feeling emotions, being able to go there and do that, I think helps. I think even yesterday, Rach seemed a little bit more herself. So I think it helps. I think a funeral helps. It's not complete closure, but it helps with some type of closure or whatever, man. But yeah, that's something that happened, and I've got another friend whose parent, his dad's just been given news that he's stage 4 with a time frame, and it's just like, what? Life's not fair, man. Dude, could you imagine if you just had remember that movie In Time? I think Justin Timberlake, and so you've got a countdown on your forearm. It's like a timer, and it tells you when you're gonna die. Do you think that would give you some sort of comfort, or do you think that would give you fear? What if we all just had 80 years on the planet and you couldn't get cancer, you didn't have to go through that level of pain to leave the earth, and you just know that your day is going to be up, your time's going to be up, like say on your 80th birthday or whatever. It's like you have all these celebrations of life until you're 79. That's when everyone gathers around, and you just sort of drift off. Maybe they don't even gather around. Maybe you just know, and it's just like, okay, so he turns 80 at 5:54 a.m. We'll all pull up at 6:30 and load him up into the hearse or whatever, because we know, you've already got your funeral planned and everything. Your funeral goes down on the day you die. You know what I mean? Like, it's efficient and painless, man. It's just in your, maybe not in your sleep, depending on what time you were born, but you consider it because you know what day you're gonna die, right? So you just stay home for it, or you can go to a special place. That'd be a business, right? People would be like, "Oh, where do you want to die? Do you want to die on the beachfront? Come to Death's Door at Dover Gardens or whatever," and then you just go down there. And they set you up in a chair, and you're just looking at the sun or whatever, or the beach, the water, the ocean, the waves splashing, dolphins swimming and all that shit. You pass away there. You get to choose where you die. That's like a service that you get. That could be part of it. But yeah, you don't lose your mind. You don't get disease or anything. It's just like, here, you get 80 years, but that's all you get. You can't earn any more. And I guess you can still die from like accidents, proper like, plane crashes and shit. Shout out to Delta Airlines. But yeah, man, it's just so cruel the way shit happens, man. So cruel. And then you can go into conspiracies about medicine and all that too. When you're really in denial about what's going on, you start thinking like, there's a cure. There is a cure for this, because you're telling me there's an alternative treatment I can get, but it costs me $35,000 a month. I have to have $35,000 a month or die, is what you're saying. So there is something, but you want to profit that much off it. Can't be subsidized by the government. No. All they're going to do is, reluctantly fill up some potholes with my tax money. Why can't my tax money go to this treatment if I get sick? What's that about? What's taxes, bro? Anyway, it just haven't told a joke yet. This podcast is pretty grim, but this is what happened. This is what my life has been the last week. So that's what I'm talking about. But fuck it, let's go into Clay's reviews.
Comedy, action, horror. Will this movie win an Oscar? Set design, directing, acting, lighting, or costumes. This segment is Clay's reviews.
I watched Deadpool and Wolverine. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. Dude, Deadpool 1, very, very good. Deadpool 2, yeah, I mean, I get it. I think I got it all in Deadpool 1. Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm not sure this needed to happen, bro. You know, bring it all around, and these two are friends in real life, so they wanted to do it and all, you know, all that. Work with your friends. I'm familiar, you know, 2.5 straight white men. But it's just, I don't know, man. These comic book movies are just coming out too thick and fast. No home loans, brother. But Deadpool and Wolverine is a Marvel film that brings together two iconic characters, Deadpool, or Wade Wilson, and Wolverine, Logan, in a multiverse-spanning adventure. The plot centers on Deadpool's attempt to prevent the deterioration of this universe by seeking out a variant of Wolverine to replace the original Logan, whose death destabilized their reality. This journey explores themes such as time travel, multiverse dynamics, redemption, and the complexities of identity. I've had enough of the multiverse, by the way. Or multiverse, whatever you want to call it, bro. It sucks either way. If it's multiverse or multiverse, I'm still over it. It's just an excuse to make, like, you can make people die and make the audience cry or mourn them or whatever, and then bring them back in the next movie because you're in a different universe. That is fucking stupid, bro. And I've had enough of it. If you're going to kill off a character, that's it. That's enough. That's enough movies. But they're like, oh, no, but we might make one, so we got to... It's so annoying, bro. I'm off it. I have had enough, brother. But it's, you know, like I said, he goes into all these universes. Deadpool goes into all these universes looking for a suitable Wolverine. And they are all, you know, they're all alcoholics and drunks and violent and all of that. And he finds one who is a drunk alcoholic. He's running from his past decisions and all of that. And he brings him into his universe. And so this guy has to, like, get on board with this adventure, this journey, and sort of restart his career. Bang. Now I'm identifying with the motherfucker. Yeah, I like to have a drink. Yeah, I like to run from my problems. Yeah, I like to start a new career when I'm already sort of outside my prime. Yeah, I'm into that. Okay, I can get around Wolverine a little bit. Except he's got big fat pecs and I got big fat bitch tits. So that's, you know, that's, we kind of don't, I can't relate. I can't relate to him in that sense. Which is, you know, somewhat disappointing. But he's at this point where he's sort of been selfish. He wants to be a lone wolf or wolf, you know, Wolverine. He wants to be a lone Wolverine his whole life, and it's resulted in people around him dying because he wants to be different. And now he's got regrets, so he's trying to sort of seek some redemption here. He wants to be a selfless guy. And, you know, redemption can look a lot of different ways in real life. You know, I had a person battle with addiction that went through the 12-step program, and one of the steps is making amends, which is essentially you just go and apologize to each person that you wronged during your addiction. And you give specifics. You take accountability for your actions and what you did, and say, you know, where you are in your journey to recovery. And sort of you apologize. And I met with a friend of mine who we lost contact because of this situation, and they sort of broke down where they were at that time, and can relate to an extent. We've all woken up with regrets from drinking. You know, you black out and you're like, what the fuck did I do? Or you remember what you did and you're like, oh my fucking God, I don't even want to open my phone or whatever. you know, it happens. And for some people it's worse than others. And so I forgave this person. We're still in contact. They have a family now. And we send each other pictures of our kids and track progress. We don't catch up anymore. Like that part of our lives is likely over. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But that's one form of redemption. That's probably more on the drastic side. But you can redeem yourself as an athlete. Bad game, come out and get it back. Lose the finals, come back and win it next year. That type of thing. Same as what I was talking about before with comedy. I get a chance at redemption every night of this first week. I have a shit spot tonight, shit solo show. I've got my split bill afterwards where I can be like, fuck it, I've got to go rip this or else I'm going to drive my car into a wall on the way home. So that's like redemption, but it's so much more meaningless than the redemption in this film, because he kind of wants to be at a point where he's more willing to sacrifice his own life to save someone else's than he was to let people walk into danger, walk into almost certain death while he was off being a lone Wolverine. So yeah, there's like a redemption arc there. You know, Deadpool's just Deadpool. He's got no depth whatsoever. I don't like him. He's sarcastic. He seems just like Ryan Reynolds in real life. And I don't know what's going on with this Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, and I don't know the name of the director from this domestic violence movie, but that seems messy. It seems, I don't know who to believe. I don't know who's talking the truth. I don't know who's this and that. I don't know who's this, that, and the third is what I'm saying. So it's it's a messy little situation they've got on their hands there. But this multiverse thing makes me want to puke. But it makes you consider having your own multiverse, or not, or having multiple sets of identity within your singular universe. Like who are you? Are you a data analyst for ESPN, but when you go home, you got an OnlyFans that's just for feet, no one's ever seen your face, or you snatch? But you're also like supremely talented at cooking. And all you're doing at ESPN, analyzing data, is like that's an income. Your foot OnlyFans, that's your second income. You're putting that into a high interest account, and you're getting a third income. You know, and you're just saving money because you want to go to culinary school in Paris and open up your own restaurant. And that costs money. So you got three identities there. And only one of them's your true identity. Or maybe you got multiple real identities. Like, for example, myself. Basketball was my identity for 27 years. And then my body let me down. And I didn't know what to do. And I had to rebuild my identity. It took me 12 months to kind of think, I'm doing the podcast, but I've got an opportunity here to try out stand-up comedy. And a friend challenged me. He said at New Year's, we had New Year's at my house. Friend challenged me, said, this year you got to do an open mic. And I did it. And now I'm a comedian. And this feels like my true identity. And so I've got two real identities in my life, but I've done shit that's not me. Like my day job before is like, yeah, sure, I studied something and I fell into this job. This is not my identity. This isn't what I want to be. This isn't what I want to talk about. It's a very serious thing to talk about when people hit you, like when you meet people and they're like, oh, what do you do? And you say this, and they're like, oh my goodness, blah, blah, blah. I was like, fuck, man, I just want to have some beers. Bang. Now I'm Logan again. And just the whole deal of forming an unlikely partnership. He kills, well, I think Deadpool and Wolverine are both sort of immortal, as far as I'm aware. I think you can, at an atomic level, you can kill these people. You can vaporize them and they can't regenerate, but they can both, like, if you slice them up with a samurai sword, I think they can both sort of survive that. But, what am I saying? The unlikely partnership. So yeah, going through all these multiverses, Deadpool gets killed or chopped up by Wolverine a lot of times because the cunt's just angry as. And he finally gets him in this last one, and he paros out. Wolverine paros out, and then while he's passed out, he takes him into his universe, and that's how the unlikely partnership starts. And I can't. This is something I can't relate to. An unlikely partnership. The only thing I can liken it to is like a group project in college, you know, because they just pair you up with whoever. You don't usually get to choose. Sometimes you get to choose, but I like to sit back in those moments when they say, you know, choose your own groups. I like to sit back, wait until the last group. Yeah, get the outliers, the lone wolves, the lone Wolverines, you know. I don't want to be with friends because I'm not going to do shit. Or I'm going to be the only one that does shit because I'm motivated. I want to get shit done. So I like to not go with friends in that situation. And I knew that. I knew that even as a young and even at 21 years old or whatever. I knew that. I knew that about myself. So I'd sit back, wait, see all these groups form. Bang, look, there's the last one. There's 3 people over there. The nerd with the fat ass. The guy with the backwards cap and the shoes that are too small. And the girl that I haven't heard her talk yet. But she looks like she might be from New Jersey maybe. She's sort of orange with long black hair, so it's likely. And then you set up with them. And you're like, all right, what's everyone good at? All right, bang, bang, bang. All right, I'm good at this. Let's set up a meeting schedule. We're going to meet on Wednesdays at this time and a task schedule. So by our next meeting, you've got to have this done. You, me, bang. Let's do it. And then always resulted in an A. I never got less than an A on a group project with that method. You know, I had a group project because I went to Bryant University in Smithfield, Rhode Island. Rhode Island, that's the key word here. And we had a class called Business 101. And we sit down in our group. We had Ryan, Marissa, Stefan. I think we might have had 2 Marissas. Miglietta and Slayton. And I'll say their full names just because it's not like an offensive story here. So we had this group and we sit down and we're like, oh, Business 101, we got to write a business plan. What should we think of? You know, what would be so like super useful on a college campus? And we're like a food delivery service, but like not just fucking pizza all the time. Like just anything. Like order from anywhere and someone goes and picks it up and brings it to you. So yeah, motherfuckers came up with Uber Eats and we called it Road Runners. But road spelled like Rhode Island. So it was only a Rhode Island based company. It was RHODE Runners. Road Runners, bro. We fucking came up with Uber Eats, brother. In what year was this? This was my first year of college. So this would have been fucking 2009. Look it up. Uber Eats wasn't around. Look it up. There was no Uber Eats, bro. I don't even think there was Uber yet. I think it was still taxis. We were still doing taxis back then. 2009 came up with Uber Eats, dude. And like legit, we're calling businesses and we're like, oh, we like, how much would it be for you to like, and if we had to do a delivery fee, how much would we have to blah, 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 blah. We're getting all this information. We had it set up. Did we get an A? Yeah, of course we fucking did, bro. It was Uber Eats. We had it on lock. We were getting quotes for like office space and everything. The exact type of phone we wanted, so we could, put you on hold and do this. Because it wasn't an app. It wasn't an app. It was you call us, and we've got certain menus. We had certain menus with the restaurants that we had agreements with, right? So instead of just calling the pizza place, you could call us, and we had agreements with like the Italian place, the Thai place, Japanese, Chinese, blah, 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 blah. Anything, sandwiches, chicken wings. And you call us and we do the rest. You call us, make the order, and we're like, all right, we get in contact with the restaurant. We pick up the food, we deliver it to your door. So it was like a different type of version of Uber Eats. It wasn't just an app, but we weren't really at app level yet in 2009. Like we didn't have it like that. But fuck, man, we came up with Uber Eats. And that's what you can come up with an unlikely partnership. We had one guy, Ryan was in the soccer team, I'm in the basketball team. Stefan was just like, student. One of the Marissas was in the female soccer team, and the other Marissa was just a student, bro. And we came up with fucking Uber Eats. Uber Eats, bro. And I would honestly rather do that project again than watch Deadpool and Wolverine, man. It wasn't great. 5 out of 10. You guys know what to do. Clay McMath Comedy on everything. Welcome to the Poddy. Follow, rate, review, subscribe, share, comment, like. Do everything you got to do. It's free. It takes no time at all. Just do it, man. Just support your boy. That's all I ask. I'm fucking grinding here. I'm putting in a lot of work. Please come to my show if you haven't already. If you haven't, you like to come again. Bring different people. Do something. Hit me up. If you come and you want to see it again, hit me up for a free ticket. And you can come. Bring some friends that haven't come yet. All right. I love you guys. Don't forget to love yourself. And as always, bum bum.